Okay, I'm Mr. Kachanis. I am the primary instructor for the Outboard Service Technology program here. The way we start off the class is we'll start off with a brief review of the material we covered the day before, and then we'll go into the new material. We'll talk about the new material here. We happen to be working with DC motors and how a DC motor works. We work on hard skills, and we also work on soft skills. Okay, we work on soft skills when my students come into my class. The first thing they do is they greet me with a handshake, as if they were meeting someone out in industry. They also, as we go down in the program, they start working with the business side of the industry. So what they use is they use their critical thinking skills. Okay, they use their English, math, and science skills, all while learning how to do this. Well, the tools that we use in the program are a bunch of different types of tools. We use power tools like drill presses, hand tools such as wrenches, screwdrivers, everything that we need to do to complete our mission of servicing these engines. One of the tasks that we teach here is thread repair. A lot of times we have fasteners that get stuck inside outboards that have been in the salt water for a long time. So what we do is we practice taking and drilling holes, tapping new threads in them. Okay, so when you're in this program, the way we work this program is we talk about things in a lecture type portion where I'm talking to you about the stuff on the board. Then what we do is we take it to the next level and we actually go out and do the things. Well, this happens to be an A-Tech electrical trainer. So we talked about all kinds of different circuits, and now we're going to take, and the students are going to take and actually apply the things that they learned in class. What we have is they've downloaded this particular workbook onto their laptop. They're going to go into the laptop, and it's a fillable laptop so they can answer questions in there. We have a multimeter. We have the electrical trainer. This is all active. We have circuits that they're going to build, and then they're going to take and follow the workbook and perform the tests. What they're looking for is they're looking for voltage drop, they're looking for amperage, they're looking for resistances, okay? And we have Greg, Devin, and Chris here, and they're gonna take you through the testing.
So we have the meter set on 20 volts because we're testing for 20 volts DC. And so right now, he's testing it. You want to read?
So you're testing what? Your source voltage?
Source voltage, and then our connection to the circuit breaker. And then the circuit breaker to the other side of the circuit breaker. And then toggle switch.
Cool. And then you'd be recording the results.
Yes. In the PDF file.
So is this circuit good?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So when you were doing these over here and testing over here, what were you looking for?
Voltage drop.
You were looking for voltage drop. How much of that electrical pressure that you used going through each of these wires?
Yep.
Yes, sir.
Okay, because we want to drop it all right here. We don't want to drop it anywhere else. We don't want to drop it across the circuit breaker, the switch, the conductors. We want to drop it at the load, and then we get our path back to ground. That's doing a voltage drop test. They're learning the fundamentals of electricity, engines, and safety. What they're doing today, they are doing battery testing. What we do is we teach people diagnostic procedures so that they can troubleshoot things on engines in the marine world. It's very easily applied to the automotive industry as well. One of the things that we offer is the students who excel have the opportunity to take what we call an ASE certification, which is Automotive Service Excellence. Okay, it's the industry certification that gets people into working in the automotive industry. We also tailor this to incorporate the American Boat and Yacht Council standards for the marine industry. These are the credentials that employers are looking for. We also, as well as having the classes, we have a lot of opportunities for students to go out and interface with the community. We recently went to the Stewart Boat Show, where I've had employers actually calling me looking for people to work with our students. My students over here, they are taking samples of electrolyte that's in a lead acid battery, and they're determining what the specific gravity of that electrolyte is. Okay, the electrolyte is made up out of water and sulfuric acid, which is the reason you'll see them with the safety equipment on. Okay, they will take that. They will use a hydrometer, and that's the thing that looks like a little turkey baster. And they'll use that. They'll also use what we call a refractometer, which bends light to give us the specific gravity on that. Once they're done with that, they'll take a meter, which they learn to use in their second quarter here, and they will take a battery voltage reading on the battery. They'll also take it to the next step where they'll do a heavy load test on the battery. So they're learning 4 different methods to test a battery. So what we do is we take a step-by-step approach to learning about all of these systems. Today what we did in class, I came in, I explained the valve adjustment procedures on the board, and now the students over here, They are currently performing a valve adjustment on one of our outboard engines. So, how many times does the cam go around in a 4-stroke cycle? Okay. So in other words, what we have to do is when we do this adjustment, it's imperative that we start the adjustment at the beginning of the engine cycle. So the engine cycle starts where?
Top dead center.
Okay, so let's set this to top dead center. Once our students do the diagnostic work on the inside, our students have to verify that they did it correctly. So they're going to come out here, they're going to put the engines on the test tank here, drop it in the water, and they're going to run up the engine to make sure it's doing what it's supposed to do. What's going on?
The one hose isn't on correctly.
One hose that's not on? Is it leaking?
I don't know.
That's actually the telltale.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so that's not really a big deal. Okay, as long as we got fuel going to it.
Yeah, everything else is okay.
Okay, so where do we go from here? What are the troubleshooting things? We'll go like that. And then we'll talk about, do we want to start with spark? Do we want to start with fuel or what? And what we can do is we can actually get a spark tester, put a spark tester on it, and we can check the spark. Okay, so try to start it. It's not going to start. Pull it. Okay, so let's do a visual inspection. Let's see if there's anything we can find on it. Okay, so we're still got no spark. So what are our choices at this point?
We need to check the spark.
Okay, so we're going to use a spark tester. So hook that up. Let's see what we got going. Okay, let's pull it, see what we got. We got anything? Still got no spark. Okay, so what do you think? What kind of ignition coil is this? This is waste spark ignition. So it fires all the time. So if we don't have it on this one, we're not going to have it on the other one. So let's look at some of the wiring. What do we have for wiring? Yeah, go ahead. We have guys all connected.
This one's connected. No, two.
They're all connected. Yeah, it looks like there's nothing.
What wire is the stop circuit?
The stop circuit.
Mm-hmm. What color wire? Do you remember?
No.
Black wire with the yellow tracer.
So these.
So we want to make sure that that's connected.
All right. It looks like it. It's good.
It is?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's see if we can get it started. Try it again.
Yep.
Try it again. Good. One more time. Now try it. Now try it. Who's flood?
Yep.
Oh, so we cleared the flood. And now she's done. Let's test it out. Let's make sure it runs well. All the way.
You want to put the cowling back on, or?
No. I think we got to do a linkage adjustment on the cover.
Yeah, that's what it felt like.
That's what it sounds. That's what it sounds like.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, gentlemen.
We did it.
Any questions?
Why did it flood like that? Like, what was that from?
Why did it flood like that? Well, sometimes what happens is people choke it and they leave the choke on. Okay, which you need to choke the engine to create a rich running condition to start it. But if you choke it afterwards, you're still putting more fuel than air in there.
Ah.
So that's a problem.
Okay.
So what we did is we closed the choke, we opened the throttle wide open, and basically what we did is we just cycled air through the engine till the fuel air mixture was enough where the spark could
Okay.
ignite it. And we probably didn't have spark because we didn't have a path to ground.
Okay.
Okay? It's got to jump that gap.
Yeah.
So it was fouled.
Okay.
Cool. Any questions? Any other questions? One of the things that happens is our tools sometimes break. So rather than use a tool that's broken and can possibly injure ourselves, what we have to do is we have to maintain the tools. Julian is going to take and put a point back on this pick that happened to break. So what we're going to use is we're going to use a bench grinder. So make sure you put it right on the guard. Flip it around to the other side. Come in the other way, that way. Beautiful. Now look at the point. Check, we got a good point on it now?
On the side. On the side.
Okay, cool. Excellent. So we're good to go. As you can see, he did a great job. Okay, thank you very much for stopping by and taking a look at this video. If you have any questions, please feel free to go to the CTE website, review the information that's up there. You can contact me via email or through St. Lucie County CTE program. Are there any questions?